Welcome to Rob Talks. Let's explore the next Tzolkin cycle in the Mayan calendar, beginning March 11th through March 23rd. I will break it down to what the message is for the beginning, middle, and end of this 13-day cycle, and I'll sum it all up in a final message. This Trecena begins with a message of purification and the opening of the heart. We begin with one Muluk, which is represented by water. It's about emotional purification and sacred reciprocity. Water symbolizes the flow of life, reminding us that giving and receiving must remain balanced. Its message for the day is to honor the sacred exchange of energy, and what you offer to life returns to you purified. Next is 2 OK, which is represented by the dog. OK activates the power of loyalty, companionship, and heart-centered truth. Its message is to allow love to guide your choices, and what you are devoted to is sacred and opens the path forward. We move on to 3 Chuan, which is represented by the monkey. It brings playfulness, artistry, and the weaving of destiny. The message here is to create with joy. The universe responds to the spirit of creativity. We end the beginning of this cycle with 4 Ebb, which is represented by the road. Its energy stabilizes the path and reminds us that life is a journey of conscious choices. The message is to walk your path with awareness and humility. The opening phase of this Trecena clears the emotional field and reconnects us with love, creativity, and the sacred journey of life. Now let's look at the middle of this 13-day cycle, which brings the message of alignment, truth, and transformation. We begin with day 4, March 15th, and we have 5 Ben, which is represented by the reed. Ben brings the energy of integrity, leadership, and inner strength. Its message is to stand upright in your truth. We then move to 6 Ix, which is represented by the jaguar. Ix connects us with intuition, mysticism, and earth magic. The message is to walk softly with awareness and to remember that true power moves quietly. At the center of this Trecena we have 7 Men, which is represented by the eagle. Men lifts our perspective to a higher vision and spiritual clarity, and its message is to rise above limitations and see the bigger picture. We then move on to 8 Kib, which is represented by the vulture. It brings the energy of ancestral wisdom and the medicine of forgiveness. The message here is to release the past and reclaim your wisdom. We close out the middle of this 13-day cycle with 9 Kaban, which is represented by the earth. Kaban activates earth consciousness and synchronicity. Its message is to move with the rhythm of the earth as evolution is unfolding. To sum up this middle phase, it brings clarity, forgiveness, and a higher awareness, aligning the heart with truth and earth wisdom. The end of this Trecena is about revelation, illumination, and rebirth. We start day 10, March 20th, with 11 Etz'nab, which is represented by the flint. It reveals truth like a mirror reflecting reality, and its message is to see clearly and embrace the truth that sets you free. Next we have 11 Kawak, which is represented by the storm. Kawak purifies through emotional release and transformation, and its message is to allow the storm to cleanse what must be released. Next up is 12 Aja, which is represented by the sun. Aja brings radiant clarity and connection to divine consciousness, and its message is to recognize the divine light within yourself. The cycle ends with 13 Imix, which is represented by the crocodile. It's about the cosmic womb where new life begins, and the message it brings is that from the waters of purification, new creation is born. To sum up the closing phase, it reveals truth, clears emotional storms, and culminates in divine illumination and new beginnings. The entire 13 days are about emotional purification, sacred reciprocity, and spiritual renewal. Through offering, forgiveness, and truth, we cleanse what has accumulated in the heart and spirit. As the cycle unfolds, wisdom emerges and the waters of life restore balance. By the end of the Trecena, we arrive at Imix, the primordial womb of creation, where new beginnings are conceived and nourished. The core message is that through sacred offering and emotional purification, life renews itself. It's a reminder to us that emotional waters must flow to remain pure, truth liberates the spirit, and forgiveness restores wisdom. Also, from purification comes new creation. Here is an affirmation for this entire 13-day cycle, but first please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to help us grow, thank you. Now here's the affirmation: I honor the sacred flow of life. I release what no longer serves. My heart is clear, my spirit renewed, and from this purity, new life is born. Thank you for all your support.